What's up, guys? This is the crypto market update. It is Tuesday, June 13th. It's 11:12 a.m. and let's dive into it. So the Hinman emails were released this morning, XRP volatile today. So we'll be obviously going into that. We'll be going into XRP dominance, XRP market cap against the whole total crypto market cap and see how that's shaping up. And we'll dive into it all. So if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and let's dive into it. Because we got the bond yields right now on the weekly chart pressing up to that 786, the hot zone. So we're at the hot zone with the 786 right now on the government bonds for the 10-year yield. And we want to see a rejection right here. We have the trend line coming down like this, tapping off of it many times. Rejection, 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 rejection. Right now we're pressing up to it. And on the weekly chart, we did get saved by the zero line in the TSI, and we're crossed up right now, and we have the MACD flip green. So we want to see this curl over. But right now it's right at that moment where we need to get rejected here. And I think tomorrow we have the FOMC meeting where they're going to talk about maybe doing a pause. So that should result in the bond yields curling over as well too, I believe. So we'll have to see how that pans out tomorrow, but that's that for the bond yields. So now let's go into the dollar, because the dollar right now is rolling over as expected. I drew this chart last night. Let me pull it up here. So yeah, so I drew this and just kind of tracking the structure of the price of the dollar. And let me just hide this super guppy and the EMA ribbon. And you can see that, we travel down here, we pop up, we start a downtrend again. We do this kind of curving bowl pattern, just like this kind of curving pattern here. And then we pop up. And then right now we're in the beginning. And what we just did was we broke out of this uptrend here. We could even say that we already broke out of it back here with this one right here. But yeah, we're in the start of the downtrend in the dollar. And I think that's starting to become evident now. I think we're going to come down to this yellow line right here, and then maybe we'll pop back up like we did back here, hit this rejection line again. So if we can keep on breaking down here, it's likely we're going to come down like this, then we'll pop up, and then we'll ultimately have a meltdown in the dollar. So we're going to have to keep tracking that. But right now, so far, so good as far as the dollar working with us here. We want to see the weekly chart. We want to see that stock RSI cross down. It's getting close to. Right now it's crossing right down. Last time of that was March 13th. We've been saying the time frames, the time frame analysis. So it's on track for doing what we've been saying. And on the TSI, we're below the zero line, which is what we want to see. We want to see this cross down with the TSI as well too. But the dollar in the macro sense, direction is down. If we're looking at the weekly chart, on the daily chart, we do have the MACD pressing down red. We have the TSI nosediving right now. And then on the 12-hour chart, we do have the MACD red, and the TSI has officially crossed down below the zero line. So it's everything we wanted to see, just like back here, March 13th. On Monday, we got below the TSI on the zero line, and that was the start of our dollar downtrend. So what I believe is we're at the start of it, just like in comparison back here. We're ready to melt down in the dollar. So then let's go to the NASDAQ 100, the stock market. And right now we're in the hot zone, but we're pressing up at the upper bound of the hot zone. We had said 14,950, 15,000, getting above there. And right now we're at 14,900 at the moment. So we're very close to popping back up above that level. And if we can get above there and hold that support, the stock market's looking pretty fresh and good as far as holding this structure, getting above there. And we had this kind of wedge forming. So this wedge up here, rejection, 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 rejection. Right now, we just poked above it for the first time. We just poked above it. Stock market looks good as far as that goes. I want to see us just press up a little higher and hold there as support. Then if we go to the USDT plus USDC market cap against the total crypto market cap, we go to the 12-hour chart, we're starting to press up a little bit here. If we go to the 1-hour chart, we have this trend line coming down like this. We could press up a little bit higher and then test the 786 here from this high down to this low. We're close to it. Could get rejected at the 786 or pull up a little higher and get rejected there. All I know is we definitely want to get this chart to roll over, because when this chart rolls over, that's good for crypto prices. When it goes up, it's bad for crypto prices. So we also have this trend line coming up like this that we held as support. So we're starting to converge here with the trend line. So we're going to see a move here pretty soon as far as this goes. Then if we go to the total 3 chart, so the altcoin chart, it's holding nice support on the 786 from this low that we set back in January 2023 to the high that we had set up here around April. Right now we're at the 786, and we have the buy tag come in based off the new indicator, the SS. Right now, we've seen a lot of wicks below. So 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wick, 4 wicks currently, and we have the bodies closing above. So right now we are trying to hold above this 786 and start to have a nice hard bounce up. We do have a trend line in the short term coming up like this that I think we're coming down to retest right now. So it's very crucial that we do hold this level right here, because if we break clean down below it, we could have one more capitulation moment and then a pop up. But right now, where we're at, definitely want to see that hold. We have the 12-hour stock RSI gaining momentum, getting close to above the 50 line. We want to see that take place, because if we can get the stock RSI above the 50 line, then we're going to pop up. But right now we're in this kind of middle in between phase. So 12-hour chart is looking good. And then we looking at the TSI, when we covered that in the last video, the TSI is at levels that's only seen about like a handful of times in all of the altcoin history. So where we're at right now is a steal of a deal. Then even looking at kind of how we have this shoulder here, this head here, building this shoulder here. We're building this channel as well too. We could go lower, maybe tap that. I don't know if that will be the case, but anything's up in the air right now. But we're at the 786, a key level, but we're also making the same similar kind of structures here. Right now we're at the last of the structure, where if we hold here and we pop up, this is going to be the one that takes us up to these levels, which will be a crazy big alt season. So we want to see that momentum kick back in for the altcoins and for us to hold here so we can pop back on up. So go to the weekly chart. MACD is red. We have the TSI cross down. We need to see that cross back up, and then we're golden. If we go to the 3-day chart, right now TSI is crossed down, MACD as well too. We're below the 0 line. So momentum right now is to the downside, obviously, as we've been seeing. It's just going to take one nice little strong pop up, and that's going to really turn the momentum straight around for all the micro, medium, and macro timeframes. If we go to the 12-hour, we're close to crossing up, very, very close. And then even looking at trend lines with the TSI, and see that we've had this trend line connecting like this, and that's basically where we're at right now. So I would say that bottoms in, where we just need to see the momentum cross up on the TSI and the stock RSI, and then we'll see that nice big pop up that we're all hoping for here. So then let's go to Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin's sitting at 25,888. If we go to the weekly chart, we are still above the 200 moving average here. 200 moving average is sitting around 25,200. If we pull down, we need to hold that. If we don't hold that, we're going to have a clean shoot straight to the 50 moving average here around 22,400. And at that point, that would be the capitulation moment that marks the bottom, I would say. So if we look at the 786 on a micro level, so from this low down to this high that we had just set, we can come down to 25,600. I definitely want to see that hold as support if that's the case. Go to the 6-hour chart. I think we came up from this high down to this low and tested that 786, got rejected. So we definitely need to see the 786 for the retracement here hold. And we need to see the 6-hour TSI get above that 0 line in the TSI for us to really change the trend here and start going up in a violent way. On the 2-hour chart, we did get above, but we're having the momentum crossover. So if it does cross over, we need to at least hold the 0 line here. If you look at the 1-hour chart, we're above it, but we're seeing the momentum cross down. So we definitely want to see that cross back up. 30-minute chart, we're ready to cross down below on the 0. So we are showing in the micro time frame some bearish momentum. In the medium time frame, some hope of turning around here. And in the bigger picture, we are still showing that bearish momentum. So we need to see those micro time frames really turn back around to kick the micro momentum back up. So then that will really kind of set it in stone on the medium time frames of us changing the momentum. And then that can settle into the macro time frames for us to change our overall trend. But right now in the 1-day chart for Bitcoin, we have the MACD flipping from red to a light red right now. So this is a good sign, but we need to see more. 12-hour chart, if we look at that, we're very, very close to crossing. It said nope. So hopefully by tonight at 8 p.m. New York time, this TSI can cross up, the MACD can flip green, because if that's the case, that's what's going to get us our nice bounce. That's going to give us our nice bounce, because when we crossed down in the TSI, that was back June 1st, right up here at this high. So if we can cross back up, this will set our bottom, and then we'll start to press up onwards up to 27,300, 27,500 right there. And that's where we need to get above. 100% need to get above that level. So then let's look at XRP right now, because XRP is at 0.5150. So that was a key level we need to hold right now. So If we do break this level, 0.5150, then we need to hold from this low to this high up here now, 0.4920. Definitely need to hold 0.4920. If we pull down to this, it does look like the momentum is calling for it. So keep that on your radar. The news already released today, so it's not like there's any catalyst or anything anybody's waiting on at the moment. So definitely watch for that, pull down to that level. And for us to hold that as support, we need to see that hold. So then let's go to the daily chart, because the daily chart is holding this trend line that we had set all the way back here in May. So support, 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 support. Yeah, right where we're at right now, we want to see hold for a short-term upside. If we break it, we can come down to the 0.4920, but we absolutely need to hold that as a second line in the sand. Then last line in the sand, I would say 0.4750 we'd want to hold. But right now we have that large wick to the upside. We had gotten above that hot zone for a hot minute, but then we quickly came back down. So where we're at now, we need to see that momentum start to shoot back up and have some strength to the upside here, because we do have the TSI flipped over and we do have the MACD red and we do have the stock RSI down here. If we check the signals, we already got a 1 day sell now. So we need to see this be a fake out for a 1 day sell now and us to press up. If we take out that 0.4920 level, then that was a real 1 day sell now. So we got to watch that close. So definitely keep this on the radar. Don't ape in yet. We need to see a candle body close above 0.5450 before aping in. So watch that, keep that on the radar. And if we go to XRP dominance right now broke above that hot zone and right now is testing it as support as we speak. We need to hold this level right now. As you can see, we broke above this hot zone where there was this rejection point, this support, then turned to rejection. We broke above there hot, came right back down, and we're right at it right now. So we need to hold this level. If we break this, then the price of XRP, the USD value, will fall as well too. And if the dominance falls back down to here, which would likely be the case, it'd be like a 6% fall. That will spill over in the USD price. So definitely keep this on the radar. We're not out of the woods here yet. So that's XRP dominance. Look at XRP to Bitcoin. We had gotten above the hot zone. We broke out of this high, came right back down. So this 786 is sitting right here, this hot zone, which is in line with the 200 moving average. So that's another about fall 2.58% against Bitcoin. So either Bitcoin goes up 2.58%, XRP stays where it's at, or Bitcoin goes up 5%, XRP goes up 2.5%. There's a few ways that could happen. But right now where we're at on the 1 hour chart, we're at that 200 moving average, which we held as support this whole way up. So support, 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 broke down here, held as support this time, and then right now we're at it. So we need to see this hold where we're at for XRP against Bitcoin at this moment. So then if we look at XLM on the 4 hour chart is testing kind of the key level that it's been wrestling around with for a bit. We have that support right there, and then we have these trend lines coming up like this. So right now we're at that point. If we break down below, then we're likely going to come to the 786 from this low to this high that we set. We'll probably come down, retest 0.078, which I believe would be another great buying opportunity. If we take this high down to this low, we literally came right up to tap the 786 and got rejected at this point. So that was a key level. That the 786 is always the key levels we want to break above if we were trying to go to the upside, or hold as support if we're trying to not break down lower. Right now we got rejected from that 786. Right now, we're coming back to this key level that was holding as rejection and support. And we're in line with this trend line we've been holding up as we've been grinding our way up here. So it's very critical that XLM holds this level. If it doesn't, we're going to come down to 0.0785. So I'm going to dish this out to you guys so you guys can get this ASAP. And then I'll see you guys in the Discord. We'll track this real time in the Discord. So if you're not already in the Discord, link will be in the bio. Come join it. Key levels for XRP dominance, XRP against Bitcoin, XRP USD, same with Bitcoin USD. And then also the dollar breaking over, but we're seeing a pop up right now. It could be a fake breakdown to a pop up one last time and then roll over. But yeah, we need to watch those key market drivers, watch the bond yields, watch the dollar, watch Bitcoin, watch XRP USD, but also the other pairings with it, XRP dominance, XRP against Bitcoin. And then that will tell the whole story. So I will see you guys in the Discord and in the next video.